Okay, so this is how I made my Ciel and Wonderland cosplay. This is what I did. Anyways, so this is the shirt that we did. It has the 3 round buttons at the top, then regular buttons at the bottom because it would interfere with the apron and it looked weird. And we used McCall's M5138 pattern, number B. It's this one. Because the pattern's really similar to this, all you have to do when you alter it, make sure you use the right colored fabric. This is just white. I think it was just white cotton. I used cotton fabric on this, by the way, and it's holding up pretty good. And I believe this was country blue or medium country blue. And when you make it the shirt, besides the color of the stuff, don't do the darts except the ones that are right here, because you have to have those in for the pattern pieces to match up good. And so, yeah, the pin tucks, we took extra fabric that we had and we just made them on the side, and we waited to sew on the strip for the buttons after we put this on, so that way it covers up anything, and then you can also sew underneath the pin tucks. They only overlap about a centimeter. There's only 3 of them, if you can see that. The collar was really hard. It took 3 tries. It's kind of flimsy. The instructions for that pattern, McCall's, they are not clear. It's extremely confusing. We had a lot of problems with it, but I think it turned out alright, you know. One thing you do need to make sure you have, though, I believe it's called fusing or interfacing. We're not sure if we did this right, but it's this cotton webby stuff. You can just tear pieces off really easy, and you iron it in between the fabric, and it will seal it. Well, not seal it, but pretty much. And the best thing is, if you do mess up, you just have to go over the iron really quick, and it'll peel off. You can take the fabric back off. Just don't get it on your iron because it will melt on, and it's like glue. But so yeah, that was my shirt. The shorts. These are my shorts. They do not look this way when I wear this. They really need to be redone. They're hastily done, and I'm relying on the apron to cover up all these random little gathers and stuff. I used Avenge Sew's bloomer tutorial to make these, and so this is the bloomers. It did turn out really big, so I'm still making it smaller, bring the waistband down so I don't have to roll it down. It depends on you and where you want the shorts to sit on you. The band, I did the same thing basically that the instructions of the McCall's pattern tell you to do for the shirt, and I just sewed it on while gathering. Excuse me. You just gather while you sew to make it the poofiness of it, and it's actually a bit too poofy. I need to take more in on the seam right here. The bow right here, I used same Advantage Sew's anime bow tutorial, and it turned out really good. I found that you have to make it not as long as she did, but shorter, but just mess around with your extra fabric, and it worked out really good for me. And iron a lot. Ironing is your best friend while cutting. You iron down the fabric, you iron the where you're supposed to cut, and if you didn't know that, I didn't know it either. For the keyholes, I just sat there, and I was in a hurry to finish this major hurry. I was going as fast as I could. We had like literally 5 minutes to finish these. It was interesting. The apron and the shirt were really close. The apron was done. These two were not. But I used that interfacing stuff again, and I went along behind the scenes, and I cut these slits in the shape of the keyhole, and just one by one I went and I used the interfacing to iron it down, because it goes between these 2 pieces of fabric, and you iron it and it'll stick. And so I did that on both sides, and it looks lovely. I also took a little bit of the extra elastic for the waistband. My elastic was, I think, 1 inch thick, and it works out pretty good. Just make sure you sew it and adjust the tension on your sewing machine. I didn't know that, and the sewing machine bobbin hated me. But I put a little tiny piece right here just to help it stay up. I actually got to get it a little tighter. Anyways, oh, I also am adding pockets to mine. You have to really, if you add pockets, make sure that your shirt and the apron will cover it. Not so much a shirt, but especially the apron, so they don't show on the sides unless you want it to. Mine are hard to find. One's right here. The other one's not sewed on yet. Yeah. This is actually the other pocket. I'm using extra fabric. This is just big enough to hold like my phone and whatever other things I want. And yeah, you just sew a little pocket. I left a bit of space right here. Cut just one little line in the fabric just so that you don't have to like take anything out, just that it may really make sense. And then just sew it in, I think like this, you fold or something. I can't remember how I did it. Yeah, just be really careful doing these. The apron is complicated. I didn't use a pattern. I freehanded it, kind of. I used this reference picture to make a formula for it. And what you do for the formula, so if you want to figure out how long the apron will be on you, how long it is, you measure the height of Ciel. That's on the bottom. You make a proportion. Height of Ciel, height of his apron. These aren't really the measurements, I'm guessing. Then you take the height of you, and you put X for the height of your apron. And you do cross multiplication, so it'll be 13X equals whatever 3 times 169 is, because I'm about 169 centimeters long, or 190 something, I don't know. That's a guess. And, you know, you divide it out like a regular algebra problem. Hate math, but it worked great. Make sure when you do the newspaper, make it about long enough, fold it in half so it's symmetrical, and then just kind of freehand the curve. And when I did it, I did not really measure the when the ruffles went, but it seemed to work. This is my apron in all its glory. I do have a pocket, and it can fit stuff. I think there's actually like a Jolly Rancher wrapper or something in it. I used the Van Sew bow tutorial for the bow. It's actually being held with Velcro right now at the moment. And it doesn't actually tie because I thought the bow looked a bit better. These are sewn on. We did put in a little kind of waistband type thing in the back. One thing I wish is I doubled the fabric on this because it is kind of see-through. You can see the outline-ish of the shirt underneath it, and that was really the only thing. But yeah, newspaper. Oh, and so his little traily things at the end of the apron, I just took some scrap fabric, and this is one of them, and it just hangs like that. And I just kind of gathered it in little bundles, just kind of down through it. And yeah, that's pretty much it. And when I cut it out, it was like 2 long triangles. For the key, we got this chain stuff from Joanns. I got these little keys off of eBay. It was like $1 for 2 of them. I have 2. I don't know where the other one went. And then we got some, I don't even know what this is, but it's black ribbon. And made a little bow. It's hot glued, actually. And to hold it together, when you cut the chain, I actually used a staple and then also tied it, like I bent up a staple in it and tied it with some black thread I had. I lost the headband. There it is. We took a black headband, but there was like a buckle on it. It was weird. My mom just grabbed it, and so we took this ribbon and we hot glued it. You can actually see in them, like inside and stuff. It's hot glued. And then we used the ribbon also to make this little bow. And that's also hot glued right here, and inside it. This is my wig. I think I got it from fmanime.com. The reviews there, I was kind of like, okay, I don't want to buy from here really, because every single review said nothing but good things. I was kind of thinking, oh, this is too good to be true. But no, I mean, this wig is actually really soft, like a cat. One thing though, when I got it, it is a Ciel wig, but the bangs are super long. They were down to my chin, so I did have to cut them, and I brought them up, and that was interesting, my first wig cutting experience. But yeah, this is my wig. I kind of wish it was a bit more gray, because you can see a lot of the blue, and it's a bit purple, but I am happy with the color. It does match his color. And yeah, I think that's all. Oh, fabric. I think we got the apron. We got the last of the roll, so it ended up being like 2 yards, and I have a ton of it left. I mean, this is a lot. For the shorts and the shirt, that blue, I think we ended up getting 3 yards of it in all. I think it was 2, but we ran out. Yuck. This is all that's left really right now after the pockets. Oh, I know there's more in here, but yeah, I'd say about 3 yards the blue. You do need the interfacing. Velcro works too, I guess. First, you can't replace Velcro for interfacing. Velcro just helps for wherever you need it to stay. You do need the elastic and ribbon. And I think that's pretty much it. For the eye patch, okay, I actually need to go get an actual eye patch, but for the last minute thing, I took a piece of felt and I cut out a circle eye patch shape of felt, and I hot glued the ribbon into it. Same ribbon I use on the bow of the key, this ribbon. It works, but the thing though is, if I'm wearing it, I have to use bobby pins, and it's interesting because I don't want the bobby pin head part to show. So you have to bobby pin it one in right here to the wig so it doesn't like fall. One in the back at the top, and you have to go down below the wig cap. Mine's a netted one. And then, like, it's weird. Another one in the back on this side too. And wherever else you think you might need it. So if you need a quick eye patch, there's your opportunity to make one. My wig does cover it up, so I can get away from it. So yeah, that's how I made my Ciel and Wonderland cosplay.